Hello everyone, in today's video I'm fixing my nails. I moved house, I'm still actually in the process of moving house, and I have broken two complete nails, and this one you can kind of see there's like a crack along it where it has bent, and if I don't do something it's probably going to break. And yeah, so I start by prepping my nails. Obviously I'm pushing back my cuticles gently, and then I am removing all of the dead skin on the nail plate. I start by doing that with my cuticle pusher, just the other end of my cuticle pusher, and just scraping up all that dry skin. You can see it all coming up, like the white flakiness. And then I'm also using the cuticle stone to get rid of all of the skin. I haven't worn anything on my nails for a good week or two, I'm not sure. I actually didn't break that many nails until I took off my polish, and that is when I started to break the nails because they didn't have the protection of gel polish. If you didn't know, I normally wear just gel polish on my natural nails. So I next just file the free edge to make sure that it is, well, the shape that I want it, and just so that it's a little bit rough. Well, just I don't want it to be too shiny or smooth that I start to get lifting from the free edge. And then I do buff the nails gently to remove the shine. This is all at 2 times speed, so it may look a bit rougher than it actually is. So don't worry about that. And then I cleansed them with just some pure acetone to remove all the dust and also dehydrate the nail as well. I am actually going to be making my nails look more natural. I'll explain as we go. I'm using a Builder Gel. This is Akzentz Crystal Clear, and this colour here, Ivory Kisses, which is an off-white colour, and I'm mixing the two together to make my nail white colour. This is actually a little bit too white for my natural nails. I have more of a yellowy tinged natural nail, but it doesn't actually matter how close this is to your natural nail. It's really more so for making sure that when the colour goes on top that it looks more similar rather than a very clear tip. I'm just attaching this form here. It's nothing special, just a cheap one that I think I got these from AliExpress, and it's so hard to put forms on yourself whilst on camera. I'm so used to doing it with 2 hands, obviously, on other people. So I'm using Opti-Bond as a base, which actually has a primer built into it, but you could use whatever builder's gel system you have, whether it's a hard gel or a soak-off gel like this one. And if yours doesn't have a specific base gel, then just do a thin layer of gel on your natural nail. Then I'm using the Crystal Clear, which is what I used to mix my tip colour before, and I'm just making a very thin free edge and also taking a thin layer onto the natural nail as well. And I want this to be as thin as possible because I'm going to put colour over this, so I don't want to have this really thick, and then when I'll file through the colour to the clear. So I'm just doing a really, really thin extension, and also by making it really thin, it means that you can pinch it to, even when it's fully cured, you can still pinch it to make a nicer C-curve if you need to. So yeah, I'm just making these almond shape, trying to get it to about the same length as my other hand, but obviously I can file it down if it's too long. So I cured that for 60 seconds. I think I did it for 60, it might have been 30, I can't remember. And then I'm just using this pinching tool. I'm not overly pinching it because the positioning of the form meant it was already quite a nice C-curve, and my nails naturally have a good C-curve even when they're short, so I didn't need to pinch it too much, but I did pinch it a little bit and then just removed my form. It was very hard to see, but there is a clear tip there, and this is why I'm choosing to colour it, because if I left it clear, which would just mean putting a couple of layers of a clear gel on top, when you put your colour over, 1, you can see the colour from underneath, which makes it stand out as obviously not a real nail next to the other ones, and 2, sometimes you need extra coats of colour because the tip is clear, so there's nothing behind it to give the colour more opacity. You don't have to do this step. You can completely skip it and just do a clear extension and go on to the next couple of steps. But I chose to do this because, well, I have the time, why not? And I'll make it look more natural, especially, like I say, once it's been polished over the top. So I'm just doing a really thin layer of that. To be honest, I think I put too much colour in and not enough clear gel, but like I say, you could customize this to your own natural nail colour or, you know, whatever opacity you want. I just took a clean brush and cleaned up the smile line. Again, that smile line doesn't need to be perfect. If anything, it looks more realistic if it's not perfect, because this isn't really about making a perfect French or anything. It's just about having the colour underneath when I go in with colour later on. I actually haven't got any colour on my nails at the moment. I still have to do that. So hopefully I'll get that done today. I am now putting on a layer of the same crystal clear soak off builder gel from Akzentz. Again, use whatever builder gel you've got. And I'm just doing a layer over the entire nail. I'm not making this nail overly thick or anything like that because, well, I'm just really making it look and feel like my other natural nails. I'm making sure it does have an apex, because you do need an apex, but just a natural apex like my other nails have, and nothing crazy. It's not a ridiculously long nail. I think I ended up doing 2 coats of clear gel on top of the colour, so that's 3 coats of clear gel in total. But you really you can just play it by eye how many layers you need. You might only need 2 layers, but you can see it's nice and strong, and yeah. So I took off the sticky layer, and then I'm going to file it into the shape that I want. I think I did actually end up needing to shorten this nail a little bit, but I'm using a 180 grit file just to file the free edge, and then also file over the entire surface of the nail. Sometimes you don't need to file the surface. You can just give it a buff, or even not take the tacky layer off and just go straight in with colour. Although when I do extensions, I almost always file them a little bit, just because you can get a nice free edge in there. Now I don't know if you saw, but I did actually clip the extension after I'd done that first layer of clear, just because there were some extra bits that were obviously not going to be needed in the next steps, but you don't have to do that. You could just file it all at the end if you want to. So on the not broken but wounded nail, let's call it the wounded nail, I just put on my same base coat, and then I think I did 2 layers of the clear gel, and again, I didn't do these in like a building or sculpting method. These were literally just paint on the builder gel to give it a couple extra layers of strength, because this nail is already, well, there's a whole nail. There's obviously some strength still to the nail, and it also has its own natural apex that I didn't feel that I needed to alter in any way. So I'm really just putting a couple of layers on to kind of replace where the top layers of the nail had been bent and cracked. Again, I just filed the free edge to clean up anything that went over the edge lumpy or anything, and I did file the top a little bit and then buffed, removed the dust, excuse me, and yeah, that's those done. And then I went ahead and did the other nail off camera, and yes, you can see that the white on the extension nails is not the same as the other nails, but once I cover it with colour and everything, it's going to be really unnoticeable. And to be honest, you know, I've been wearing this a day now, and I'm glancing at my hands, and it doesn't stand out as, oh, that's not a real nail. Do you know what I mean? Also, I just wanted to show my little cat that was keeping me company while I did my nails. Thank you for watching this video, and the next video should be the colour that I put on top of these. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Goodbye.